Location, location, location. Guys, this is the most important factor when it comes to real estate investment. All right. Welcome once again to the latest landlord show. And today we'll be talking about some hidden locations where you will make 200% and more. Like the minimum you can make from these locations is 200% and more in the next 3 years or less. You know, it's true that we talk about real estate investment and some people say a lot of good things about it. I'm not disputing the fact or some of their theories or some of the evidences they provide, but then we must come to that understanding that if you have chosen real estate as your path towards wealth creation, then you must have patience. You need to understand that this has been a lifelong path that many people have used to build wealth. And when you listen to these people, to the Warren Buffetts and the Grant Cardones and the Donald Trumps, you hear them tell you that you have to wait. You can be rich fast, but you can't create wealth fast. Wealth creation is a long-term game. If you don't understand this as a new investor or as somebody that is still coming up, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. You will make a lot of mistakes because if you are still controlled by the shiny object syndrome, what will happen is that people that have studied you and studied the way you think will sell that to you. It will appeal to you and then they will make away with your money. That's why people are complaining of a lot of disappointments from a lot of companies, a lot of brands. Why? Because they know that you don't have patience. So they will sell you what you want to hear just to take your money. All right. So, but it's good that you understand how the game is being played. The game of creating wealth through real estate is a long-term game. Now, having said that, welcome once again. My name is Israel Nwafo, aka Latest Landlord. And in the last 1 year, we have made over 50 people property owners in the southeast of Nigeria, and most recently now in Ibadan and Lagos. All right, and we are the people you can trust. We are Sofco Homes, and our agenda is to make sure that you have a secured future. All right, that your future and that of your children, that of your coming generation is secured. And that's why we are building amazing projects that is going to stand the test of time, is going to shield you from the economic turbulence and destruction that is happening and will still happen. Not only in Nigeria, there's economic crisis all over the world, but then those of you in Nigeria, or those of you that are Nigerians but are not in Nigeria, you need to have a double protection, and that is where real estate coming. All right. So back to location, you need to understand that the speed at which a property will appreciate, what determines the appreciation speed of any property anywhere in the world, is determinant on the location of that property. All right. That is why the first thing to look out for when you want to buy a property is the location. Now, this is not the issue of the cost of the property. So a location that will eventually become a prime location was once a bush location, if I will use that word. All right. So, what are some of these factors that can point out that this is a good location to invest? Number one, that location should be near or surrounded with major long-term infrastructure. Now, there's a difference between infrastructure and long-term infrastructure. Infrastructure can just be roads, right? Can just be where this bus stand, this bus stop, these stands they put in bus stops that people can stay on there and shield themselves from the harsh conditions of the weather, right? But then, long-term infrastructure are infrastructures that can last for the next 30 years, the next 50 years. All right, those are what we call long-term infrastructure. And what are some examples? We have the airports, right? We have the markets, we have the universities, we have big recreation centers, right? Disneyland have been existing for, is it close to how many years now? But you can Google that. Is a lot of decades, right? So you realize that these are modern, or these are long-term infrastructure that will remain there for a very long time. So having properties there will continue to appreciate because of those structures. All right. So that is why, as a company, we ensure that all our properties are close to these long-term basic must use infrastructures. Long-term basic accessible must use infrastructures. All right. So you cannot see any of our properties that is not close to a market, not close to a stadium, not close to an airport, not close to a university. All right. These are things that will keep traffic coming to that direction. All right. So, for instance, our Anambra property is close to the Anambra International Airport, right? Our Ibadan property is just 10 minutes drive to the biggest railway in the southwest right now. That's the biggest railway. All right. Our Enugu property, which is one of the hottest you should plug in right now, is close to the Nike Lake Resort, which has now been taken over by Landmark. And they are coming to build, or he is coming to build, one of the biggest resorts in Africa, in Nike Lake Resort. The deal has been sealed. You can Google this. You know, when you are hearing these things, just be googling so that you will know that what we are saying is happening already. All right. And in fact, the Enugu state government has even pledged to give 10 billion naira. Don't know whether they have released the money already, but you need to understand what's happening. There is transfer of wealth going on. Listen, transfer of wealth and the next set of millionaires and billionaires are created now. It is happening now. The property that somebody will sell for 50 million naira in the next 5 years is now that the person will buy it. And the person may buy it as low as 6 million or 10 million. But because of the demand on that property, remember basic economics, the higher the demand, the higher the price. The higher the demand, the higher the price. All right. So something that somebody bought for 10 million, for instance, and the person is selling it for 50 million. How much profit did he make? Or how many percent did he make? He made 400%. On return on investment. That is crazy, guys. Now, these are things that are happening every day. This is not like something that happens once in a blue moon. No, this is our industry. It's happening as I speak to you right now. Those of you that okay, you heard when Pastor Iren was sharing that one of the properties they wanted to acquire, he was going through the documents. And he realized that that property was bought for around 200,000 or so many years ago. And now they want to acquire it for about 4 billion naira. Is that not crazy, guys? Does that make sense? Yes, it's happening right now. Now, the person that bought that property, based on the date that was given, is long dead. But look at the kind of wealth it created for the children. 4 billion naira from nowhere. Money you did not work for. Just because somebody was smart enough to make the right investment in the right location at the right time. You need to understand that this is the surest way for you to secure your future and that of your children. All right? What is the second factor? Population growth. Make sure that anywhere you want to buy property, that there is population growth happening there. There are some places, I'm sorry to say this, but there are some places in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, in different countries, that their population is either remaining the same or reducing. And it's not a good thing for real estate, for the real estate market, because what drives demand for properties is population increase. When people are increasing, the number of people that, when companies are increasing, you know, what drives population increase is, this is like in a circle reaction, a chain reaction, right? So there is production of goods and services. Now, those companies will need people that will work there. Now, people migrate to these places to produce, and now people now know that, okay, there are products here, there are services here. I think we should go there to use them. And as people are coming, there is higher demand for those products and services, which makes the company to have a need to produce more, and therefore have a need to have more staff, and then more people are migrating to that location. And as more staffs are, as there is increase in production, there is increase in usage of what is being produced, and population is increasing. And remember, there is procreation. People are giving birth to 5, 6, some people 13. Yeah, 13 in this 25. I trust my people. You see, I love Nigerians because we are ambitious people. We are daring. All right. But then don't miss the point. The point is, as population keeps increasing, the demand of where people will live keeps increasing. And as demand of housing is increasing, demand to build new houses increase. And guess where these houses will be built? On bare lands. And guess who they will buy these lands from? You. You are the one they will come and buy the land from. In fact, we were processing a property yesterday. Now, some of these properties were bought for, let me say, 4 million, 5 million some years ago. Now, the person wants to sell it for 35 million. Why? The person that wants to buy wants to build a residential house that people will rent and pay him rent. You see how this works, guys? You see that your 3 million, you see that your 5 million. It is a potential 100 million. It is a potential 50 million. It is a potential 30 million. That 5 million you have now. That 10 million you have now. That 20 million you have now. It has the power to give you times 10 of that. But that is only when you send it to work. How do you send it to work? You invest it in something that appreciates, something that goes up, something that you are sure that it must go up, which is properties. One good thing about the real estate market in Nigeria is that we hardly experience downward movement. It's so hard to see properties go down in value. It's so difficult. It's so hard. It's always up. As you are there discussing, as you are there pricing, the thing is going up. As you are there saying, I'll get back to you, the thing is going up. And then the next time, okay, somebody wanted to buy a property from us in Abia State last year, and it was 2.5 million, I think so. When the person now came back to ask about it, it was 9 million. So the person technically lost 6.5 million, right? Yes, 6.5 million. That was the amount he lost within those couple of months. You see, another person made that 6.5 million. It's very simple, guys. The money you have in your hands, in your account right now, can give you more, but if you take the right action. All right? So, your greatest advantage as a real estate investor is time. All right? If that is why you hear these billionaires, they talk about time is king, right? They talk about time is king. They talk about invest and wait. So one big real estate mogul has a saying that goes like this. He says, you don't wait to become rich before you invest in real estate. You invest in real estate and wait to become rich. I think that was powerful, right? I think that, see, if you are feeling me, right? If you are feeling what you are hearing, if you love what you are hearing, copy, screenshot this video right now and post on your WhatsApp, your Twitter, your story, and say, guys, you need to come and watch this guy. This guy is spitting bars. This guy is too good. There's one of my friend that changed his name to Edu way too good. So you are going to tell them that this guy is too good, all right? Yeah. So when we talk about locations, now let me tell you about these locations. I have about 4 to 5 locations to tell you, and I want you to pay attention, because even in these states, I'm going to mention 4 or 5 states. Even in these states, there are areas you should be looking out for. Look out for areas that have those factors I have mentioned. Those 2 factors I have mentioned just now. If you are going into any of these locations, these states, look out for those factors. All right? So when we say 200%, we mean if you invest 10 million naira, 100% is 20 million. You will make another 10 million on top of the 10 million you invested. 200% means 20 million naira profit on top of your 10 million naira investment. So that is what 200% means. So when we say locations that can give you 200%, it means if you invest 5 million, you make 15 million in 3 years or less. If you invest 100 million, you make 300 million in 3 years or less. Now, why we are saying 3 years or less is because you can make this in 1 year, you can make this in 6 months, you can make this in 2 years, you can make this in 1.5 years. All right. So, what is the first place? The first place is guess. Type in the comment section. Look, if you are learning something, please be putting it in the comments that you are learning. Drop your points, drop your questions. And if there is something you want us to talk about in our next video, please put it in the comment section. So guess, I want somebody to guess. What is the first location? The first location is Enugu State, all right? Enugu State is in the southeast of Nigeria. Now, you may say, it's because of this or that or any reason you want to give. But business is all about numbers. Business is all about demand and supply. Business is not all about your sentiment. You know, a lot of people do sentiment. You know, I heard somebody saying that he cannot invest in another person's state, that it must be in his own state. And I asked him, why do you think the Igbos invested a lot in Lagos and in Abuja? And the person was looking at me. I said, it's very simple. There is a lot of demand there. There's a lot of opportunity there. All right? Why do some Nigerians want to invest in Dubai? Because Dubai is the most visited city in the whole world. The most visited in the whole world. Can you beat that? Do you know what? Many Nigerian politicians, okay, you heard of one during the campaign that has big hotels in Dubai. It's not based on, say, yes, some of them, you may argue that they have stolen money and all that. But the idea here is there is a reason why people are going to a particular location to invest their money. And that's why it is called entrepreneurship. That's why it's called business. So if you are still at the level of, I cannot invest in another person's state, you are not a business person, you are not an entrepreneur. Because some of the people you are buying things from, some of your tailors, some of your chefs, some of your security people, some of your landlords, the place you are living, they are not from your place. Some of them are not from your place. Let me say you are in your place right now. You are in your state of origin right now. So you need to begin to think as these billionaires think. They think demand and supply. They don't think I'm from here, I'm not from here. They think opportunity and opportunity cost. They think opportunity now, opportunity in the next 5 years. They think, where is the market heading to? They think, where is the new place to invest? That's how they think. Nobody is asking where are you from and where. Why is it that you are using Facebook? Is Mark Zuckerberg from your village? So why is Mark Zuckerberg, why did he allow Africans to be using Facebook? Is he from here? So you need to begin to think like a businessman. Enugu is the first place. Why? Man, listen. Somebody was telling me that, guy, how much do I spend in moving around Nigeria, traveling to these states? I tell them that I used to tell them that I don't sell what I am not sure of. I don't do business in absentia. No. One of the good qualities of a good businessman is that you must be there. You must use your eyes. You must see it. You must feel it. You must ask questions. You must do your personal research. You cannot just depend on your team, or you cannot just say, oh, I have a team, let them go and do it and report to me. Who told you that? Amancio Ortega of Zara, till when he died, has he died? But in his career, he has told reporters, when people come to interview him, that the only place he can stay and spend his time is in his factory. He is there on ground. That's why they are building empires. That's why they are building empires. Alexander the Great, after war, he will come and be walking around the camps of the soldiers. From time to time, he will come and be moving around the camps, seeing what is happening. It does not depend on people. Just, yes, you work with people, you work with staff, you work with subordinates, employees, but you have to be there. You have to see things for yourself. Why? Because you are the only one that have the full scope of what you people are building. You are the only one that have the full vision. You are the only one that have... You are the leader, guy. You are the leader. Brother, you are the leader. You should be the most informed. All right? So that's why I go to these places. And then, bro, since last year to this year that I've been visiting Enugu, in fact, the property we are selling now, we have been going for it since last year. So, but the transformation that has happened between last year and now is unprecedented. It's profound. It's grandiose. See, that's for me to be using this kind of words. It means that you just need to visit that place. If you have not gone to Enugu before, or if you are doubting me, book a flight, land in Akanu Ibiam International Airport, lodge in a hotel. I can even help you. I have people who will find you a nice hotel. We can even get you a cab, and you will stay in that town for 3 days, only 3 days. And they will take you around, and then you will understand what I'm saying. The modern infrastructure is mad. It's crazy. In fact, somebody that is an indigene of that state was telling me that they never knew that they are even scared now whether this man will even have anything like that he is using so much money to build all this, that these things is taking a lot of billions of naira or dollars per se. All right, places that you were managing 1 lane before is now 4 lane. There are places he's building 4 lanes. You know, there are some double lanes that that is as large as 4 lanes. Now every part of Enugu is now having double lanes. From MNA, okay, look at one of the ones that blew my mind. From MNA to Eke Market down, going to Ebonyi boundary. I went there. This is not a fairy tale. I went there. I saw. If you want, I'll send you the videos. I made some videos. Then from Aboba, he's building it down to Obeke Nike, down to that is Nike Lake Resort area, then down to Nsukka. As I'm talking to you now, they are building it night and day. Is it the smart school project? Do you know what is mind-blowing? He wants to build that smart school in every ward. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know? And you need to see a prototype of that smart school. I saw one of the prototype in Owo, specifically in Enugu. And Enugu has turned to Los Angeles. This is what drives development. This is what will make more people to come. As I'm talking to you now, people are moving in droves to Enugu. Remember that the people that were there before were already having housing issues. Ask yourself what will happen now. Let me stop here to say this. If you have anybody, or you yourself, you're listening to me and you have funds, you have 200 million, you have 150 million, you have 100 million, come and build residentials in Enugu now. It's going to be one of the best investments you made in your life. Of course, we have engineers that can help you with that. You just hand us the project, hand us what you want, and we're going to execute it for you. Clean. And in fact, it's already happening right now. Even whether you're in Nigeria or not, we are going to serve you perfectly well. Look at my face. That was on the lighter note. But residential house. That is why you that don't have, if you don't have the money to build all those, the 4 stories and the 5 stories and the 3 stories, buy land, buy those lands now. Buy it now. So that when those guys come, they will buy from you and they will buy at your price. It's very simple now. It's not difficult. How will you get your documents? Hope somebody will not come and drag the land. Hope this and that. Hope the land is not in court. That is why you should involve your lawyers and your surveyors. And that is why we are here. All right. By the grace of God, we have not had any issue with any client. We have not gone to any court before since we started this business, because we follow due process. We make due diligence. We are building something massive in Sofco, guys. Sofco is going to be one of the biggest companies in this world, right? Is it biggest? That's the word, or one of the most trustworthy companies. Let me use that. That's better. That's better, because big doesn't mean successful. Abi? It's going to be, or it is one of the best companies you are going to ever interact with in life, in your whole life. Because we are here to support you. We are here to help you get an organized life. We are here to be your friends. That's F in Sofco, right? We're very committed to give you what you want. We are very committed. When you are looking for commitments, you don't need to explain it to somebody. Just point to us. All right. So, you need to invest in Enugu right now. Right now. This man, and let me also use this opportunity to appreciate the governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mbah, Dr. Barrister Peter Mbah. I must appreciate him because this is mind blowing. Even when the president came last year to commission some of those projects, he commented on it. You know the president now. As the president, those men, they know they today impressed, but this Tinubu was impressed, and he commented. All these things are online. Go and check it out. All right. So one of the reasons you should invest in Enugu is the massive infrastructure. Now, what is the biggest project going on right now in Enugu State, or that you should buy property close by in Enugu now? It should be the biggest, right? It should be the biggest as of now, which is the Nike Lake Resort that was handed over to Landmark to develop. Guys, Landmark himself said what he built in VI. If you have gone to Landmark Event Center, not Event Center, the Landmark Park that was demolished in VI. If you were going there before that problem came up, you will understand that what this man is about to do is going to change the whole landscape of southern Nigeria. And that is why there is fast development spreading in Enugu now. Because the way people travel to Dubai to go and do vacation, that's how people will be coming to that place for vacation. The way people go to Dubai, go to some big cities in Africa, maybe South Africa, to have events, to have retreats, to have dinners, to host one thing or the other. That is how people will be coming. Why? The infrastructure is there now. The infrastructure is there. Why not connect now that it is still early? This video will be on this page till when the things we are saying now will be happening, and you will say, oh, I heard this thing that time. That's why I now love doing live videos, because I want people to come back in the next 3 years and say, now true, all those things when you talk don't happen. This is our industry, guys. We have other insider information that is making us to talk with boldness, that is making us to tell you this with 101% confidence. Invest in Enugu now and you're going to make 200% plus returns on investment in 3 years or less. Take it to the bank. Right? So connect now that these properties are still cheap. How will you feel that a property that you are going to buy, how will you feel that a property that you are going to, that is going to be sold for 25 million in the next 2 years or next 3 years, you are buying it for 6 million now or 7 million now? All right. So that is very important. And yes, that property, you can get 3 plots for 18 million. You can get 2 plots for 12 million or 1 plot for 6 million. Oga, get, even if it's 1 plot, send me a DM and I'll send you the form, and you fill the form and get yours. When it comes to wealth creation, when it comes to opportunities, it is not knowing the information that changes your life. It is acting on the information that changes your life. All right. If some of our parents took action on the opportunities that were presented to them when their mates were buying shares, when shares was the in thing, when their mates were buying lands, when their mates were buying, was investing in foreign stocks, when their mate was investing in different things, if that they took action that time, maybe you'll not be watching me now. Maybe you'll be the one saying this. Maybe you'll be running one company. Maybe you'll be in America. Maybe. Now, it is your own opportunity to give your children the life that you didn't get. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm in real estate in the first place. That's why we are trying to help as many people as possible to give their children, their families, the life that we couldn't get from our parents. All right? So, population in Enugu now is crazy. They are now renting houses for like 1 point something million, 2 million, and you will not even see the house. In fact, my friend that has lived in Enugu for many years, this guy knows everywhere in Enugu, right? Ikechukwu, told me when I visited him that the house he got, it was because, why he got it was because he came when it has not been totally, they have not totally finished it. Like, people now pay for houses that has not been totally completed. They will go and pay. Because if you are waiting for it to be completed, you will not get it. Another person will pay before you. So even money to pay for house rent now is no more the problem in Enugu. The problem now is the house. Where did they build it? Where are the new places people can rent? And guess what, guys? Immediately this landmark project is finished, let's say by next year or next 2 years, it's going to be mad. It's going to be crazy. So plug in. Send me a DM and I'll help you. All right. What are other reasons you should invest in Enugu? Security. All right. In the whole of Southeast, and looking at the population in Enugu, Enugu is rated very high in security based on the fact that the way Nigeria is now, right? And it's something nice. In fact, one of my clients that is speaking some plots with us, he was telling me that he plans to maybe sell some later, but then he wants to build a house. He wants to build some flats, then build a penthouse on top of those flats, where anytime the bustle and struggle of Lagos and other busy places has come upon him, he will just sneak into that place and relax. Why? Enugu is a very cool city. It's a calm place. You need to see the serenity, guys. There are some places in Enugu that if you are passing through it, you think you are in Ikoyi. Facts. If you doubt, come down there and move around. Ask people to take you around and they'll take you around. Alright? Enugu has also entertainment and nightlife. Alright? Enugu have entertainment, and so that is the first location. And specifically invest in close to the resort. And that's where our property is. Alright, so I have a full plot going for 7.5 million. But if you are going to make your deposit between now and 3rd of February, you are going to get it for 6 million. And remember, you are getting a C of O. This is on live video. You are getting a C of O for that property. Alright. So send me a DM right now before you hear sold out. Business they go on. Deals I they active. Deals they come in, they go out. Alright. So if you want to visit Enugu to confirm these things for yourself, send me a DM. I will connect you to my team there, and they are going to help you, take you around. I'll be in Enugu again shortly, anytime from now. See, Enugu is now my second home. Enugu is now my second home, right? Second location you should invest in 2025 that will give you 300%, 200% in 3 years or less is type in the comment section. Type in the comment section if you can guess right. Type in the if you guess it right. If you guess it right, I have a gift for you. The second location is Ibadan. Look, anytime you see me talking about some of these things, please write some things down and go and do your research. Don't buy. If you don't want to buy, no problem, other people will buy. But do your research and confirm that I'm telling you what is on ground. That what is on ground is what I'm saying. Alright? Now, there is something that I've also learned about life, that sometimes things connect itself. You know, when I was still struggling, when life was still beating me basbos and life was showing me shaggy, like not like I'm perfect now, I'm good now, but you know, things are better now. So when life was pressing my neck, I wanted to suffocate me. I was just looking for where to go. I called on my friend in Ibadan. I traveled all the way from Ebonyi to Ibadan. I stayed in that town for some months. And guys, it was not funny. You know, I'll go and look for the picture I took, the kind of place I was sleeping, so that you understand how terrible it was. It was a very old building. But it helped me now. I now realize now that that experience was to help me compare and contrast the difference that has happened from 2021 till now. All right, from 2021 till now. Is it 2021 or 2019? Or between 2020 and 2021? That was when this thing happened. And guess what? This same Enugu, I lived in Enugu in 2020. So when I'm saying what I'm saying, I think I'm the best person that should be analyzing this. All right. So we're almost concluding. Just a few minutes and we're going to be done. So during that time, one thing there are some things I noticed, which people that have lived in Ibadan will notice it too. Many of the roads were narrow. Some of the inside streets were so narrow, right, that in fact sometimes two cars cannot pass at once. There was no, in our area, Agbowo is that area. That was where I was staying. There was no light, no lights. The roads were bad. There were a lot of gallops in different parts of the town. There were places that were just totally dusty, and some places that you'll be seeing refuse, people pouring refuse by the roadside. I don't blame the government for that, but then that was what I was seeing. All right. But what happened was that when we now started going back for this property last year, and I visited Ibadan, man, I couldn't recognize where I was. It was crazy. It was like this governor has transformed that city, that town. Those of you that know the place they call Gate, right? That junction they call Gate, that now moves to New Baggy Market. You know how terrible that road was. You know how many containers used to fall there, how many trucks used to fall there. When it is rainy season, it is a no-go area because cars will be swerving left and right. Like I was going to that market just the other day and I couldn't recognize that it's the same road. Man, it was mind-blowing. Is it the rehabilitation of the stadium that now hosts the big games and the number of people that follow sports in Ibadan right now? All right. Now, why I'm mentioning all this is those of you that have lived there before, you will relate better. All right, you relate better. So look at Bodija Market. Bodija Market is now more organized. Before, it is a no-go area. You cannot pass that place. That place will be jammed, blocked. But the other day, I didn't even know when we passed. If not that somebody pointed there and said, look at Bodija. See, now is it the same Bodija? All right. So you realize that these are developments that has attracted more people. And you know, no, let me not say this one. Let me not say this one because